Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pate Namaha. Ayodhya Kand, chapter number 92, Bharata journeys to Chitrakuta. In the previous chapter, we saw sage Bharadvaja give an extensive feast to Bharata and his multiple troops. And now Bharata is asking sage Bharadvaja to give him permission to leave to Chitrakuta and how exactly he is supposed to reach the abode of Lord Rama. And you can see that there is this huge difference between the behavior of Bharata and the behavior of his troops. While the troops enjoyed the extensive hospitality of Bharadvaja, they were mired in that material opulence, the temporary material opulence, that they clean forgot Rama. But Bharata did not forget Rama at all. So he is in the pure devotional state. And seeing his devotion, everyone else comes to their senses and they all follow Bharata into Chitrakuta. We will also see Bharadvaja hinting at the fact that Rama's stay in the forest is actually beneficial for this entire world. We will see Bharadvaja hinting at this fact. And this is very important because it is very clear to the readers that Bharadvaja knows the mission of the Lord. And we will cover that in greater detail when that verse comes in. Verse 1. Tatah tam rajanim ushya bharata saparigacchada krita athityo bharadvajam kamad abhijagamaha. Bharadvaja enabled Prince Bharata and his people to pass a happy night thanks to his considerate courtesy and noble hospitality. Next morning, Bharata was up and moving before the dawn and proceeded to the sage's abode to gain information as to the present quarters of Rama. Verse 2. Tam rishi purusha vyagharam prekshya pranjalim agatam huta agni hotro bharatam bharadvajo abhyabhashata. The sage Bharadvaja, who had offered oblations in sacred fire, spoke to Bharata, the tiger amongst men, who had come there with joint palms, saying, verse 3, Kachid atra sukha ratrir tava asmad vishaye gata samagrah te janah kachid athitye shamsa me anagha. O sinless Bharata, have you passed this night at our place comfortably? Is your retinue fully satisfied with my hospitality? Tell me. Verse 4. Tam uvacha anjalim kritva bharato abhipranamya cha ashramad abhinishkrantam rishim uttama tejasam. After joining his palms in salutation, Bharata replied to the very glorious sage Bharadvaja, who came out of his hermitage as follows. Verse 5. Sukha ushito asmi bhagavan samagra balavahana tarpita sarva kamai cha samatyo balavatvaya. O Holy One, I, with my ministers and the entire army of men and animals, passed the night happily. All our desires have been gratified by you. Verse 6. Apetaklama samtapa shubhakshaya supratishraya api preshyan upadaya sarvesma susukha ushita. All of us, including the messengers, are released from fatigue and heat. We are all well fed and well housed, and the night was spent well. So Bharata personally did not partake in any of the festivities. His troops and servants participated in those festivities, and they were drunk, they were eating lots of meat, and they were very happy that lots and lots of apsaras were dancing and singing and paying very close attention to them. Bharata personally did not really participate in any of those festivities. However, he thanks Bharadvaja for his hospitality and says that due to the yogic power of the sage, everyone is well rested and everyone is well fed and everyone is quite happy. But Bharata is the only person who is able to keep a sane mind. Of course, Shatrughna is that way too, but in the presence of the older brother, the younger brother does not really speak. But Bharata is the one who keeps the sane mind over here amidst such festivities and such pleasures. And in the next verse, we will see that Bharata does not really have his pleasures in mind. His task of meeting Rama is the most predominant thing in his brain. And therefore, he questions the sage as to the vicinity of Lord Rama. Where is Rama located? Can you please let me know? And we will see that in greater detail in verse 7. Amantraye aham bhagavan kamam tvam rishi sattama samipam prastitham bhratur maitrena ikshasva chakshusha. O Venerable One, O excellent of the ascetics, I seek your leave. As I am proceeding to see my beloved brother, bless me with a kindly look. Verse 8. Ashramam tasya dharmagnya dharmikasya mahatmanah achakshva katamo margha kiyan iti cha shamsame. O Holy One, O knower of piety, tell me about the abode of that high-souled and pious man Rama. Whereabouts is the ashrama of Rama? How far is it from here? Which is the way that takes us to it? One can sense the anxiety that Bharata is undergoing to meet Rama. He doesn't care about his pleasures. He doesn't care about anything. All he wants is to go and see Rama. And Bharadvaja Muni holds the key, and therefore he's begging the sage to let him know where exactly Rama is and how to get there from Bharadvaja's ashram. Also, it highly spoke of the devotion of Bharata and his supreme faith in the tapas and the omniscience of Bharadvaja that he requested the information of the sage, while Guha and many others could as well furnish it. Verse 9. Iti prashtatu bharatam bhratra darshana lalasam prati uvacha mahateja Bharadvajo mahatapa. Thus questioned, the great sage, the brilliant Bharadvaja, replied to Bharata, who was yearning to see his beloved brother. Verse 10. Bharata, ardha tritiyeshu yojaneshu ajanevane Chitrakuta girih tatra ramya nirdara kanana. Beloved child, replied the saint, a yojana and half from here there is a mount named Chitrakuta, and around it is a large forest uninhabited by man. Verse 11. Uttaram parshvam asadya tasya mandakini nadi pushpita druma samchanna ramya pushpita kanana. The river Mandakini flows north of it. Its banks are covered with thick woods bright with charming flowers. Verse 12. Anantaram tat sarita Chitrakuta cha parvataha tato parna kuti tat tatra tau vasatau dhruvam. Rama's ashrama, made up of leafy twigs, is between the river and Chitrakuta. I see it with my eye of spirit. Verse 13. Dakshinena eva margena savya dakshinam eva cha Gajavaji Ratha Akiranam Vahinam Vahinipate Vahayasva Mahabhaga Tato Drakshasi Raghavam. O illustrious chief of army, follow for a while the path that leads from here due south, branch off another that leads southwest from it, and after a time you will come upon the hermitage of Rama. So Bharadvaja has very clearly tested Bharata. Bharata has passed with flying colors, and now Bharata has requested Bharadvaja to help him see Lord Rama. And Bharadvaja gives the proper directions in which Bharata and the vast army of King Dashratha can see Lord Ram. Of course, we know that Bharata is the Supreme Lord himself, but as I've explained before, he is now under the form of a Bhakta Avatara. So we should regard Bharata as the embodiment of a perfect devotee. And we should follow his footsteps. So what does he do? He tries to look at Rama through the eyes of another perfect devotee, sage Bharadvaja. Why? This is given in far greater detail in Srimad Bhagavatam, 2nd canto, 9th chapter, verse 35, the purport. Therefore, although he is present in every atom, the Supreme Personality of Godhead may not be visible to the dry speculators. Still, the mystery is unfolded before the eyes of the pure devotees because their eyes are anointed with love of Godhead. And this love of Godhead can be attained only by the practice of transcendental loving service of the Lord and nothing else. The vision of the devotees is not ordinary. It is purified by the process of devotional service. In other words, as the universal elements are both within and without, similarly the Lord's name, form, quality, pastimes, entourage, etc., as they are described in the revealed scriptures or as performed in the Vaikuntha Lokas, far, far beyond the material cosmic manifestation, are factually being televised in the heart of the devotee. The man with a poor fund of knowledge cannot understand, although by material science one can see things far away by means of television. Factually, the spiritually developed person is able to have the television of the kingdom of God always reflected within his heart. That is the mystery of knowledge of the personality of Godhead. So, we should look at the Lord through the eyes of another devotee. And Bharadvaja was a very advanced devotee. Valmiki has mentioned that he is Mahateja, he is so bright, he's so effulgent, Mahatapa, such an austere person. And of course, Bharadvaja Muni was the disciple of Valmiki. And yet, look at how beautifully he describes sage Bharadvaja. And Bharadvaja is, we have already seen this in the previous chapters, he was very affectionate towards Lord Rama. Due to that affection towards the Lord, he even questions Bharata's motives. He questions not once but twice. He questions him directly and then he re-establishes or he reconfirms his beliefs through Bharata's actions. And now that Bharata has questioned him as to Rama's whereabouts, Bharadvaja can tap his knowledge and figure out where exactly Lord Rama is residing. Not that Bharata does not know, but Bharata is preferring to act as the servant of Lord Rama and not an extension of Lord Rama. And therefore he does not display this potency, but he asks Bharadvaja to help him locate Lord Rama just so that Bharata can teach the other devotees that one should look at the Lord through the eyes of a pure devotee. And a pure devotee, like sage Bharadvaja, is never shy to reveal the location, the pastimes, the qualities of the Supreme Lord to another sincere devotee. This is the inner meaning of the exchange between sage Bharadvaja and Bharata.